Find the derivative of the function f. In part A, our function is given in terms of variable t. Function is 2 over 7 times t raised to 7 halves. So its derivative will be then, this constant just survives, 2 over 7. We have a function, we have a variable like x raised to n, and we know that when we have x raised to n and when we find its derivative, that is bring n to the front, x, and subtract 1. So using this power rule, we get 7 halves to the front, the exponent, t 7 halves minus 1. Now 2 over 7 times 7 halves, we can simplify. That's simply 1, because 2 and 2 cancel, 7 cancel, and that's t raised to 7 halves minus 1. Do not go for decimals. Okay, 7 halves minus 1. 1 is 2 halves. Okay, so 7 halves minus 2 halves is 5 halves. 5 over 2. Final. In part B, we got fractions. So we need to get rid of this fraction. Root u means u raised to 1 half. And what is this? U times root u is same as u raised to 1 times root u means u raised to 1 half. Now times means we add the exponents. U. 1 and 1 half means 1 plus 1 half, 3 halves. Okay, so this is in fact 5 over u raised to 1 half minus 1 over u raised to 3 halves. I just rewrote getting rid of radical signs. Next, we need to get rid of these fractions. So move this up. 5 is already on the top. This one, u raised to negative 1 half minus 1, nothing. You move this up. U raised to negative 3 halves. We are not done. We basically rewrote the function in nice way. Now we're going to take the derivative. Then derivative as a function of u is equal to 5 is just 5. It's like x raised to n. Okay, same thing like here. We're going to apply that rule again. So 5 times, it's like xn. So n to the front, negative 1 half, u negative 1 half minus 1. Okay, that's coming from the power rule. Minus, now we work on this second term. It's like xn. From the power rule, this comes to the front. That's negative 3 halves. Here is negative and negative 3 halves. This minus negative will be plus. So n to the front. Okay, this to the front. N, u, n. That's negative 3 halves minus 1. So let's simplify. 5 times negative 1 half. That's the minus or negative 5 halves. U raised to negative 1 half minus 1. 1 means 2 halves. Negative 1 half minus 2 halves is negative 3 halves. Because both negative means we add. Minus and negative means plus 3 halves. U raised to negative 3 halves minus 1. 1 is 2 halves. Negative 3 halves minus 2 halves is negative 5 halves. You may leave here, but we don't like negative exponents, so we can put these negative on the bottom so that negative is gone. So negative 5 over 2 u raised to 3 halves plus 3 over 2 u raised to 5 halves. Okay, this one or this one. In part C, we got a fraction. So first we need to get rid of this fraction. So we need to separate into 4 fractions. X cube over x minus 5x square over x plus 7x over x minus 2 over x. So we need to rewrite in this way. Now let's simplify. X cube x. Okay, 1 cancel, 2 copies left on the top. So we need to get rid of fractions first. That's what we are doing here. Minus 1 copy of x cancel from top and bottom. So 5x left on the top. plus x cancel, just 7 minus 2 over x. X means x raised to 1. So we need to move up so that we can get rid of this fraction. So 2x 1 means negative 1. Now we rewrote this fraction without the bottom. We are now ready to take the derivative. Then derivative is now, we got 4 terms. So derivative of x square is 2x 2 minus 1, which is 1. Don't have to write. Minus derivative of 5x is just 5. We know that derivative of constant x is just constant. Plus derivative of 7 is 0. When constant is alone, derivative is 0. Minus 2 is 2 times, so 2 survives. It's like xn. Using the power rule, n negative 1, x n minus 1. N is negative 1 minus 1. Okay, I use the power rule. Let's simplify and we are done. 2x minus 5. This is nothing. Here is minus 2 times negative 1. Minus negative means plus. 2x negative 1 negative 2. We may leave here, or we can do 2x minus 5. We can get rid of this negative exponent putting on the bottom, plus 2 over x square. Final.